Hey Pittsburgh, how you doing? Josh Miller here. Welcome to another episode of A Day in the Life. Today we're at Heinz Field where they are retiring the jersey of Mean Joe Greene. Cannot wait to see this. And all the big names will be here tonight. Art and Dan Rooney, Mel Blount, Franco Harris, Andy Russell, Lynn Swan, all the big names from the 70s will be here. It's going to be an awesome, awesome night. Enjoy, sit back, and remember, this is A Day in the Life.
Welcome to a very special day. I'm Larry Richard, the public address announcer here at Heinz Field. And in just a moment, for only the second time in Steelers history, we will recognize the official retirement of a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey. Before we begin, we'd like to recognize Joe Greene's mom, Cleo Greene Thomas, his wife Agnes, and family. Welcome to Heinz Field. And of course, Joe's teammates who are here to support this special night. Here to begin the ceremony, we welcome the president of your Pittsburgh Steelers, Art Rooney II.
Well, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Heinz Field. It's a great night. And I also want to say welcome to Joe's family, his mother, wife, Agnes, all these grandchildren. Four generations of the Greene family are here. We're excited to have you back in Pittsburgh. Of course, Joe's teammates, many of our Steelers partners are here. And we have a group of representatives, of course, of Steelers Nation here. Thank you all for being here to help us get the night started. Yeah! All right. When we first started talking about having an exhibit here in the Great Hall to mark this occasion, first thing we said, this has to be big. This has to be a big display because Joe had a big impact on the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I think you'll agree that it turned out great. And I don't know if our project manager Heidi Edwards is here, but thanks to Heidi and her team for putting together what we think Steeler fans are going to enjoy coming to see for a long time to come. So without further ado, we're going to get ready to unveil this. So if you can help me count this down. 3, 2, 1. That's great.
And now it is my honor to introduce the chairman of your Pittsburgh Steelers, Mr. Dan Rooney.
We're here to celebrate Joe Greene's great career. He's tremendous. And, we really think he was tremendous. He was the stabilizer, the anchor, and he led this team. He was a great leader. Led the team all the time. I've also been asked to say a few words about Ernie Scott. Ernie was a player. He played for the Steelers for 14 years, 15 to 63. He was a terrific guy, very similar to Joe. He did all those things. Believe it or not, Andy Russell's sitting right down there. He played with both of them, if you can believe it. That's really something. But I could give you a few statistics, but you don't need them. On just what Ernie and Joe did. And I'd just like to say that we're very pleased and happy with Joe, Agnes, and the whole family. And we thank them all. We thank Ernie, we thank his family. And just to say, Joe, we love you. Thank you.
And now, the man of the hour. Ladies and gentlemen, number 75 of your Pittsburgh Steelers, Mean Joe Greene.
when Dan and Art told me that they would like to retire the jersey number 75. This is completely overwhelming, completely overwhelming. I can't say how happy I am to be placed in this awesome category with Greene. I saw Greene for many years, coached the Dallas Cowboys, and I also had the privilege to be there when he went on. He was the first Mr. Steeler, and I am so happy to be in this category. You know, my teammates, they probably took bets on when I was going to crack up, you know, because they know that I'm an emotional guy. And this is truly, truly overwhelming. I'm here with my mother, my sister, my brother, and all of my children, and my grandkids, and it's just special. And of course, Steeler Nation. Steeler Nation. All over the place. Now, you know, I love you. Some days I feel like loving you, and some days I feel like putting you on my knee. Thank you. But I still love you. Art, thank you. Terry, we came in together. Yes, that's Mr. Henry. And I think I'd be remiss if I didn't say hello to Linda Shanklin and Veronica Shanklin, the wife and daughter of my teammate at North Texas and here in Pittsburgh. There they are. Captain Andy, he was the interpreter. And Franco, that's the second Mr. Pittsburgh. And Super Duper Blunt, you know, we all know he did do some mayhem on the football field. The question is, you know, did he kill somebody? and Lynn and John, I tell you, John, you probably made me experience one of my most embarrassing moments when you made the tremendous catch over your shoulder in Super Bowl 14, and you went into the end zone, and I jumped. I got about that high. That was very embarrassing. And Lenny boy, you know, I love both of you guys. I love all of you guys. There were so many times when we were in the throes of trying to win a ball game, and the ball came your way and you never dropped it. You caught it. And we started to down and over, and we went on to win the football game. Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Here we go, Steelers, here we go. Here we go, Steelers, here we go. Let's go get them.
On behalf of the Pittsburgh Steelers, thank you for your attendance here. We invite you to make sure you're in attendance during halftime. There's going to be a very special presentation for the fans, and I'm sure the national TV audience. We appreciate you being here. Let's go Steelers and get the Ravens. Thank you.
You're watching A Day in the Life with Josh Miller. We'll be right back. A Day in the Life is brought to you by UPMC, life-changing medicine. Nakama Japanese Steakhouse. You've tried the rest, now try the best. Rivertown Brewing, delivering you the most enjoyable craft beer experience. Athlete Originals, original apparel designs by athletes for their fans. We'll be right back.
Nemacolin Woodlands, a luxury getaway with a welcome twist. To make your reservation, visit nemacolin.com and expect the unexpected.
It basically takes 17 years to become a neurosurgeon. We work 100 hours a week, go days without going home. It's not normal. But when it's your family member who's in the helicopter, you will be thankful for the decades of research, innovation, and commitment. That means I can say, you're in the best place, and we're going to take great care of you. I choose to practice where care comes first, and I'm a neurosurgeon at UPMC.
Don't spend your time bottled up. Pack up and go. And no matter where you go, bring Rivertown along. Whether you enjoy our smooth Maxwell Scottish Ale or our refreshing Halikahiki Pineapple Ale, our advanced technology canning process ensures that Rivertown craft beers taste just as fresh and flavorful no matter where you go. Tailgating with friends, or cheering on your hometown team at the ballpark. No matter where you go, enjoy ice-cold Rivertown craft beers. Visit our brewery and take a tour.
Welcome back to A Day in the Life with Josh Miller.
Well, now we're on the field. The game hasn't started yet. We just got done with the private ceremony with the Rooney family and Mean Joe Greene and his family and some of his ex-players. You saw Franco, Andy Russell, and Swan, and Blunt, and the boys. This time, this is for the fans. At halftime, obviously this place is going to erupt. They're handing out towels. It's going to be awesome. Sit back and enjoy, and listen how crazy this place gets when they retire the jersey of Mean Joe Greene. Well, here we are. I'm hanging out here with Tunchuk, and it's funny because we're coming full circle. There was a time when he was holding the microphone and he talked to me, but now I kind of feel cool that I'm holding the microphone talking to you. Tunch, we're here for a reason.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mean Joe Greene.
Yes.
What kind of teammate, what kind of Steeler was he?
Well, Joe was the best. He really does epitomize what it means to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. You know, when I only had a chance to play 2 years with him, but it was kind of funny. My rookie year, I was a center. So I had to block him in practice. And we used to do these one-on-one drills where he'd be in the stunt 4-3, offset nose, and I'd have to hook him, or I'd have to come off the ball. And I couldn't block him. He was just too good. And so I did what any self-respecting offensive lineman would do. I started holding him. Well, Joe said, "Rook, don't hold me." and I was walking back to the huddle, and I'm thinking, well, how am I going to block him if I can't hold him? So I held him again, and he bolo punched me to the solar plexus. And I felt like my belly button hit my spine. And I remember coming back to the huddle looking at Wolf going, good coaching tip, don't hold Joe Greene. And he was the best. He was such a great player. But what was really cool about Joe as a teammate was, I remember one day he said, Tunch, try this with your hands. You're playing with your hands down too low. Try playing with a little higher. And here he's kicking my butt, but he's coaching me up and mentoring me. And then I remember at maybe about week 13 or 14 in my rookie year, we were walking off the practice field, and he said, "Hey, Tunch, you're getting better." And I was like so excited. I couldn't wait to get home and call my dad. Say, Joe Greene said I was getting better. And he had this presence that even at the end of his career, you just felt like, wow, Joe Greene, and he was that kind of guy.
Now, also, speak of him in Steeler Nation. I know he speaks proud of Steeler Nation, talks about Steeler Nation. The fact that he also is so respected outside of football. There are a lot of good football players that were Steelers, but he seemed to change the face of being a Steeler and what being a Steeler was.
Right. I think part of it was that he had this great intensity, but he's also very bright, very deep, a philosopher of sorts, and he was a lot like Chuck. And so the message that Chuck gave, do the little things. That was Joe. And so, he was, they call him the cornerstone of the steel curtain of this franchise. And he just had such a tremendous effect, such a profound effect on everyone around him. I heard a coach once say that there are a number of different kinds of players. There's multipliers, there's adders, there's subtractors, and dividers. And multipliers make everybody around them better. And that's what Joe Greene was. He made everybody around him better.
What were you?
I was just happy to be on the team.
That's what I was. Thanks so much for your time, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Steeler fans, it's a great night for football in Pittsburgh. The Greene family is in the house. Joe, you and your teammates built the foundation for Steelers Nation. And you earned all 6 of those Super Bowl rings. So tonight, to acknowledge your many contributions to Steelers football, I'm honored to declare that number 75 is officially retired. Now my father and I would like to present you number 75. I don't know if I'm going to make it. You know, when Mr. Rooney and Arthur Sutton told me that they were going to retire my jersey and put me in the hollow category of the first Mr. Steele, Ernie Stark, my knees were weak and I just could not believe it. So I just want to thank them for thinking so much of me. I could not have written a better script than be a Pittsburgh Steeler and have the journey in football the way I have. I've been blessed. I have my family with me, my family up here with me, my mother, my brother, my sister, my kids, and 7 grandkids. I'm a blessed man. And as I said earlier, we got the Steeler Nation all over the place. Thank you for wearing those number 75. If I get an opportunity, I may finish them off for you. You know I do love you. But you know at times, I like to put you over my knee and spank you. Only me, only me. But thank you. Thank you for loving the Pittsburgh Steelers and bringing me along. And what about those guys over there wearing 75? You know, we could not have accomplished what we did without some people that are not here. You know who they are. With those guys and these guys, we formed a team. Played as one for all for one for all. That's how you play Steeler football. Thank you so much.
I'm hanging out here with Mr. Rooney. Luckily to be hanging out with Mr. Rooney tonight, we witnessed the unveiling, the retiring of the number of Mean Joe Greene. Clearly, you and your family have a different relationship with him. What does Mean Joe Greene mean to you and your family?
It's hard to put that in just a few words, but he means an awful lot. I mean, he was the foundation of the team of the 70s, went on and became a coach, came back and was a scout, so he touched all the bases and was great at everything he did. So we're just very proud of him and very fortunate to have somebody like that part of our organization for so long.
Was it especially nice, or maybe I'm reading into it, to see your dad be able to kind of hand the torch and make sure he saw this?
Yeah, I mean, Joe's been, he just retired last year from the personnel side of it, so, it feels like he's been with us forever, really, and every step of the way he's made some great contributions.
Now, I don't want to look down the road. There's a bunch of great Steelers, obviously, that we're not allowed to wear their numbers anymore. I know when I came here, not that I had any right to wear any of those numbers. I almost wore a vowel. Anything down the road that you foresee, any other Steelers that maybe in the back of your head you think might be one day down the road?
Well, I mean, that's the hard question that, we've always said that it'll be hard to figure out where to stop once we started this. So we said, we're just going to do Joe and we'll start thinking about the rest of it down the road. No doubt we have a lot of guys that deserve consideration, and we'll just see. We're not making that decision at this point.
And it's going to be a great night, a beautiful night. The weather's great. I'm sure Steeler Nation all across the country can't wait to see this. But congratulations and thank you for letting us. Thank you for doing it. Actually.
All right, thanks, Josh. Good to be with you.
Thank you. I am here with Lynn Swan. Lynn, you were a teammate of Mean Joe Greene. What did this night mean for you, and what kind of teammate was he?
Well, this is a great night for Joe. It's a little bit of a lot of history for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who only had one number retired, number 78, Greene Stockton, before tonight. Now it's number 75, Joe Greene. And Joe is Mr. Steeler. I mean, he is the cornerstone of what made this team great in the 70s and built a foundation of winning Super Bowls that the team still has today.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. All the best to you.
No problem.
You're watching A Day in the Life with Josh Miller. We'll be right back. A Day in the Life is brought to you by UPMC, life-changing medicine. Nakama Japanese Steakhouse. You've tried the rest, now try the best. Rivertown Brewing, delivering you the most enjoyable craft beer experience. Athlete Originals, original apparel designs by athletes for their fans. We'll be right back.
Nemacolin Woodlands, a luxury getaway with a welcome twist. To make your reservation, visit nemacolin.com and expect the unexpected.
Don't spend your time bottled up. Pack up and go. And no matter where you go, bring Rivertown along. Whether you enjoy our smooth Maxwell Scottish Ale or our refreshing Halikahiki Pineapple Ale, our advanced technology canning process ensures that Rivertown craft beers taste just as fresh and flavorful no matter where you go. Tailgating with friends, we're cheering on your hometown team at the ballpark. No matter where you go, enjoy ice-cold Rivertown craft beers. Visit our brewery and take a tour.
Wrecking's part of our sport. Crashing and hitting things is just going to happen to you. The first time that I got injured, I tried to hide it. I tried to push through. 4 weeks later, I've been injured again, back to back. The best decision I made was to go to UPMC. We went through all these activities that had results that made sense, and things got better.
Holy cow, man, we just won the 500.
I didn't choose to be in a 25-car pileup, but I did choose UPMC.
Welcome back to A Day in the Life with Josh Miller.
Welcome back to A Day in the Life. If we're going to talk about Mean Joe Greene, I could talk about him until I'm blue in the face, but how about we visit some of his teammates, and not only any teammates, how about legendary teammates? Andy Russell. Andy, thank you so much for letting us come into your office and hang out. An unbelievable room here. I'm sure you feel very comfortable at home here yourself, but talking about Mean Joe Greene, we were there when they retired his jersey, and we saw you in the front row. You were there with a couple teammates. What did that moment mean for you?
Well, it was a very special moment, and I think no one deserves to have his jersey retired more tin Joe Greene. In my opinion, he was the most valuable player in the NFL for the 70s. He was the player of the decade. And we all had great respect for him because he hated to lose. I mean, it was just, he couldn't deal with it. I mean, if we were losing, he would just go crazy. And he changed the whole thinking process of the Steelers.
Now, did you know right away that they drafted this kid when he came in here? I know you guys you were the veterans, you wanted to teach this guy a lesson as you do all rookies. What did you come to find out?
Well, we at first we all thought, oh, this is just another bad high draft choice. Because we prior to that, we used to draft these guys number one, and they wouldn't even make the team. They get cut. That happened a lot. So we were saying, well, what's wrong with our drafters? You know.
Right.
All of a sudden we get this Joe Greene from North Texas State. Well, we've never heard of North Texas State.
Right. So here we go again.
Here we go again. How can this guy be that good? Well, he showed us real fast how good he was going to be. I hear him say to one of the linemen, "If you hold me one more time, I'm going to have to hurt you. Because you officials aren't calling us holding. He's holding me." I hear that. So the very next play is a passing down. And you hear this huge whoop, you know.
Right.
This guy, you see this guy just, you know, in pain, and they carry him off on a stretcher. Another guy comes in. Joe says, "Don't be holding me. I'm gonna have to hurt you if you hold me," because these guys aren't calling this holding.
The bleeping.
Yeah,
flag,
yeah.
okay.
He was, you know, he was always pointing at those officials because you're not calling it. He hurts that guy. They carry him off. The next guy comes in. He's a third stringer. He's from North Texas State. He's one of Joe Greene's buddies. Joe Greene says, "Oh, I can't hurt you." He said, "Okay, this game's over." It was like there's like 20 seconds left, and they're going to score this winning touchdown. And I said, "Joe, you can't." He says, "No, the game's over." They're not calling the rules. So he picks up the ball, and carries the ball, and just throws it over by our bench, and the officials are like, "Captain Russell, can you do something with Mr. Greene?" And then they go over to the other side of the field, and they get a ball from there, and they bring it back. And Joe says, "No, I told you the game's over." And he picks it up because you aren't calling it. I mean, this is amazing. This has never happened in the NFL.
No, it doesn't happen.
And so he takes that one, and he's about to throw it into the stands, and they start booing him and yelling and screaming, and he looks up at the fans, and he goes, "You want a piece of me? Come on." He's telling these people, the 60,000 people.
Right.
Then he throws it up into the upper stands. I mean, Bradshaw couldn't have thrown it up there. Right. I mean, it was like, what the? And I was just so shocked. And then he walked off the field as they, you know, threw him out.
Right.
They essentially threw him out. But he said, "No, I'm not playing. This is ridiculous." And we lost.
Well, I appreciate your time. You and I have spent some time before in the last year. I've been very fortunate and lucky, and I appreciate it. But again, thank you so much again for spending time with us on A Day in the Life.
Well, Pittsburgh, hope you enjoyed the episode today of A Day in the Life. That was Mean Joe Greene. I want to thank a couple people like Mr. Rooney for allowing us to do this and for jumping on with us. Also want to thank Tunchelkin and thank Andy Russell. Hope you enjoyed yourself. That was A Day in the Life. Stay tuned for more episodes down the road.